Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm really excited to share a complete Salesforce mini project that's perfect for anyone looking to practice real world development skill. We can call this project as Contact Training Trackers for a Salesforce consulting company. In this project, we will build a application to track training courses attended by Contact, and we will create a new object called training to store course detail and then link this object to the contact. And there are also some basic logic required around the automation. For more detail, we will go here. This is the requirement breakdown. So first of all, we will create a custom field and object. As you can see here, we will create a training status field on the contact object with the 3 value in pick list, and then we also create a new custom object, training object, and below we have some field on the training object here: name, contact, course, day, course name, and status. And after that, we will implement the business logic. You can see here, when a new training record is inserted to our system, we will also update the training status on contact as well. And whenever a training record is updated, it will be also update the training status on contact. So in here, we should implement a trigger on the training object. It will manage the logic in the event after insert and after update. Next, we will implement a Lightning Web component. We can call it a training list. In this Lightning Web component, we will display list of training related to a contact, and it also allows user to click to mark one training record as complete using a button in this Lightning Web component. After that, we will implement unpatch a patch you can see here. And in this patch, we will scan on the training records where the status is in progress and the course day is older than 7 days. With these training records, we will update them to complete automatically. And then in this project, we also configure a schedule APEX to run the batch job every day at 1 a.m. That's all the requirements we need to implement for customer in this project. By the way, this is the final project in my full Udemy course, Become a Salesforce Developer from Zero. If you want to build this step by step with me from basic to advanced, check out the course below with a discount for my YouTube subscribers. I will go step by step regarding the instruction of our mini projects. First of all, I will create a custom field and object. As the instruction, we will create a training status on contact object. So at the beginning, I will log into Salesforce Ops, go to Object Manager, then search the contact object, go to Field and Relationship, click New, and then for this field, we will select the pick list with the 3 value here. Click Next here and naming training status and enter the value. First of all, we have not start, then we have in progress, and we have complete here. Check to restrict pick list to the value defined in the value set, and just click next here and select the permission for system administrator only, and then save. So we have the training status field already created here. And next, we will create a training object. So just click Object Manager here, create custom object, and then naming for the object. Training, the blue row label here, we can add S as the suggestion here. And for the field name, you can see here, I just want to change the name to from training name to name only, and auto increasing, auto number here, and we can display the format. For example, TN is mean training, and then follow the instruction here, 0, 0, and start number 1 here. So that's all. Just click Save to create a new custom object. And then I will go to Field and Relationship to create a new field. Just click New. And first of all, we have Contact field. It's a lookup field to look up to contact object. Select the contact object here, here, and click Next. Click Next here, and do the same thing. Just assign the permission on field to System Administrator Profile, and Next, and Save and New to create a new field after saving. And in here we have course day is a day field. Just click Next here. Do the same action. Click Save and New to create another field. We have course name, so it's a text field. So just select text here. And we have course name. We can input 255 here. It's the length of text field. And grant the permission for the system admin profile. Save and New. We have the status field also. It's a pick list. So we just select the pick list type and name the status into the value. Not started, in progress, and completed here. Just click Next. Assign permission for system admin, and just click Save. Yeah, we done for the first requirement, create custom field and object. For this business logic, I will create new trigger. Right click to the trigger section here and create Apex trigger. Naming for the trigger, training trigger. And the trigger will be on the training object here, on the event after insert, and after update. And we will check if trigger dot is after and trigger dot is insert. We will do something here, and we have if trigger dot is after and trigger dot is update. We'll do something here, and we will create another Apex class to handle the business logic. Apex here, handler. In this handler, we will create a new tool method. Public static void after insert, and after insert we will have list of training, and we have other method here. After update here, we also list up training. I will naming for it list new, and in the after update I want to add map ID and training map O. This map contain the old record, old version of records. Training map O, and then I will deploy. Invalid type, missing underscore here. Deploy again. It's work now. And now what I want to do is just add us. Just want to turn off the subjection here for easier. Disable auto. On after insert here, and we have trigger dot new, and in this we have the method after update input trigger dot new here, and in here we will input the map of all records. So Salesforce have all map variable here to contain that value, and just click deploy. So what will we do here is just add the business logic inside this method. So we can see here after records is insert, we will update the status on contact object. So at the beginning, we will look via this training records item. And what I want to do is create a set ID to contain the contact IDs. And then I will add item dot, you can see here the few contact here, and we have contact ID here, and below we will select the contact and save to list. We will select here ID from contacts, where contact ID in this set, and we also want to select the field training status for updating here. And what we do is just select the contact and save to the list contact. So now we will look via this contact list, contact item list, and update the status to. In here we will not know what status the training status here should be updated to, not static or in progress or completed. It will be based on the corresponding training records. So in here we should change the set ID here to math, as you can see here, and string to save the status on the training records. You will see, just change to map here, and in here we will change the name for easier to understand. Map contact ID, and we have map contact ID, we have put method. In the map we will put the contact ID and the status. It means that the latest status we have in the training records. So we have status field here, the field on the training object, and in here we will check if map contain the contact ID, then we will change the status name to get item ID here. So we will check to update this contact list empty is empty. This is the method from Salesforce, and it's not empty. We will update the list contact here. So you can imagine that this map will contain something like the contact ID and the status based on the training item. For example, contact ID 1 will have status not static. Contact ID 2 will have status in progress. For example, that's the behavior of map. And in here we will check if this map contains the contact ID 1 or not. In case it contains the contact ID 1, we will set up the item training status to not static. In the next contact ID, I mean the contact ID 2, we will set the training status to in progress. So that the behavior when using the map contact ID. So in here, in case we have multiple training records with the same contact, the map will contain the latest value. For example, the item 1 contain the status not static in contact ID 1. The item 2 contain the status in progress for the contact ID 1 as well. So in the map, it's just saving one latest value here. So, and we have the training status is in progress. So what we have in this after insert is this line of code, and we will do the same logic in the after update, but a little bit different in the update method here, because we just update the status on contact whenever the status is changed. In this case, another field is changed on the training record. We will not do the update on contact. So in here I will look here the list contact here, and we will do the same thing. Declare the map here, and in here we will declare an O record will equal to map O get item ID here, and we have the O value. It will contain the status before update. Is you know that, for example, the current status on the training records is, for example, not start, and at the moment you will update the status to in progress, and then this old record will contain the status not started, and the new records in list new here will contain the status in progress. So in here I will have a condition to compare if new dot status not equal to old dot status. It means having a change on the status field, and we will process the same action here and do the same logic here. Oh, sorry, in here we should update the SOQL using the map contact here. We just dot key set to get all the contact ID. This method will return the set ID of contact in here, the key value, all the key value. And we will do the same thing here. Look here, the contact, update the status based on the value on the map contact ID, and then process the update here. Not sure it's missing something here. Just remove one bracket here for easier to read. We just add the new line, review again, and then we save. Yeah. So that's what we have in the trigger. We can do a simple test. Go to the training. It's not showing here, so what we need to do is go to setup and create a tab for training object. Find tab here. Create a new tab. Object training, select a color, for example here. And now click to App Launcher, search with training, and we can see the training object here. And now we will create a new training record. But before that, we will have a look into a contact. So I just want to create a brand new contact here. Meter, fin, assemble, big save. And then we have contact bin here. And in the training, We will link to the contact we just created. Select the course day, select the course name, just input the course name, for example, Salesforce course, and select the status, for example, in progress. I just want to go back to check the current status. Training status, as you can see here, is blank at the moment, and just click save here. We expect the status on the contact will be changed to in progress. Just reload the page. And it's worked now. And now for testing the update event, I just change the status to complete here. Reload the page. And as you can see, the result, the training status is also changed on the contact records. So our trigger is done now. Now we will create a Lightning Web component to display the training related to the contact, and then add this Lightning Web component to the contact record page. So first of all, we will create training list. Go to Visual Studio, right click on the LWC. You can see here, create Lightning Web component, naming. And in here, we have a requirement to add this Lightning Web component to the contact record page. To add this Lightning Web component to contact record page, we should declare the Lightning record page here is the target attribute and is exposed equal to true. And then right click and deploy. This is the first action we need to do. And next, we will go to the training list HTML. For easier, I will copy and paste here. As you can see that we have a Lightning card here, naming training list, and then we will look via the training data. We will use while, as you remember, and then we will look for each training item. We will display the course name with the status here, and then we have a button marked as complete here. And in this button, we will handle mark complete action on the controller. So first of all, we will copy and paste here, and then we will go to the training list here. In here, we will add wire, and for easier, I will copy and paste. You will have this file in the downloadable. I will declare an API record ID. In here, as you can see that we have a requirement to put this Lightning Web component in contact record page, and we already declare the Lightning record page here. And when adding to the contact record page, we also have the record ID of contact. That's the reason why we public the API here. It will automatically put the contact record ID to this variable. We also need to declare the API here. For more information, you can search on the Google about the API annotation here. As you can see here, we will have a controller naming training service. I will create a new controller here, training service. In the training service controller, I will implement two methods. The first one is get training. It will get all the training related to contact records. And the parameter input is contact ID. Next, we will implement the mark complete action. Input the training ID, then update the status to complete. That's all for this training service. And in here, we also declare the two methods. The first one is get training, training service dot get training, and in here we will wire them using this record ID. This will return the training list in here, and that's the reason why we will display them data as you remember in the Lightning Web Component section. Right click here, and then we also have the handle mark complete. It will handle this on click event, and in here we will get the training ID. Event target dataset ID is coming from here. Dataset is will get the training ID from this attribute, and after that it will call the update status event in the training service, passing the training ID, and then call the refresh apex method as we already learned before. Just right click and deploy. So after that we will go back to our Salesforce host, go to the contact object, simple click here to go to the contact. This is the contact record page, so now we will add the Lightning Web component we just created to this contact record page. Click to the gear icon here, edit page here. And just scroll down. As you can see, our Lightning Web component display here. And basically we can add this Lightning Web component to any position in our contact record page. For example, I want to add here for easier to view, and then click save. In case it add we active display, just click active and assign as aux default desktop info. Save, and then go back to our contact record page. As you can see, we had two training lists showing here, and now I want to create a new contact. For example, here in sample 2, click save. No training record here, and now I will go to the training list view. Just click training, new, and link to sample records here, and just select some day. For example, today, course name, learning apex, status not static or in progress is okay, no problem. And create another course. The same here, course day, and the course name, learning Lightning Web component, and in progress here. Yeah, we have two training record on this contact. And now just click mark is complete. Refresh apex not defined. So just go back to add the refresh, as you already learned that we have right click here, and we have some Lightning component already created in the previous section. We forgot to import refresh apex here. Just copy and paste. and then deploy. Mark is complete here. The status is changing to complete, and we will do the next. Mark is complete here. Yeah, it's done. So we just implement the Lightning Web component as the requirement here. Next, we will implement unpatch Apex as the instruction here. We will create a patch, naming patch update training status. So I just copy the name here, right click on the class, create Apex class. And to implement a patch, we should implement the database patchable. Just copy and paste here. And in the patch, we should implement 3 methods. As you remember, we should implement the 3 method here. The first one is start. Second, we have execute, and third, we have finish. So in the start method, we should query the training record we need to processing on. So just select from training object here with the condition where status is in progress. Copy here. Status is in progress and the course days older than 7 days. Just enter for easier to read. And the course day older than 7 days. It means that we have in Salesforce we have day dot today, and we will add days minus 7 days. Or we can naming a variable here, for example, re 7 days equal to, for easier to read here, in here we have re 7 days, and we just put the condition here. Don't forget this as a input value for this SQL. So we have all the records here will return in this code. In here we will loop training item here. We will loop in this code, and we will update the status to complete. Status equal to completed. And in here we will check if scope is empty or not. Not empty, and we will update the scope. That's all. Yeah, that's all for this patch. It's easy, and just click deploy. We have no action in finish. Yes, it's done now. And I will test this patch. First of all, I will create a training records with the course day older than 7 days from today, and the status is in progress. So in here, we will go to the training and just create a new training records here. Older than 7 days, I can select this day is older than 7 days from today, and the course name is Salesforce course for example, and the status is in progress now, and we have this training record now. And to run the patch, we just click to the developer console, open, and we have to run the patch. We can call database SQ patch, and we will declare new patch name. What's the patch name here? Is patch update training status. And then we will input the patch size. It's normally 200 here. And then just click execute. Something wrong here. New patch execute. We can see the log here. Now we will go back to our training records. We expect this status will be updated to complete. Just click reload here. And as you can see here, the status is updated to complete. Yeah, we done the patch at the moment. And next, we will go to schedule this Apex. To create a schedule, we will go to our Visual Studio Code, right click and create a Apex class. And I will create a schedule. Scheduler update training status. To implement a scheduler, we should add the implement here, schedulable here, and in here we should implement a execute method, public void execute schedulable context here, and we have, for example, xc here. And now we just do the same thing we did in our developer console. You can go back here and just copy and paste. So that's on for scheduler. And now we will go back to our Salesforce page. Go to the setup. And then search with schedule. We have schedule job here. And just click schedule Apex and naming. For example, I want to naming the schedulable here and select the schedulable class. And as you can see, the requirement is run every day at 1 a.m. So quickly select on day and select 1 a.m. And in here you can see start day and end day. Just start today and end day someday in the future. Click save. Yeah, we're done now. As you can see that the next schedule run will be run in this day at 1 a.m. So just waiting for automation running here. So that's all we have in the patch Apex and schedule Apex. Normally, when building a project, we will build a separate app for the business logic. So I will guide you how to do that. Just click to the setup and then search with the app here, app manager, and then create new lightning app. you can naming training app here. And if you have any image, you can upload here. I just want to go next at the moment. And we, in our app, we have two main objects. The first one is contact, and the second one is training. And in this case, you can build some report and dashboard. You can build a separate homepage for your app and add it here. And just click next. And in here, we will select the profile for visibility our app, and we just public for the user who have the system administrator profile. We can add the profile here. And now we just click to app launcher and search with training app. You can see here, just click to the training app here. And in this app, we have the home page. We can add the report and dashboard later. And we have the contact related to the training course, and we have training object here.